你好. This is S.H.A, Sino Heritage Academy Chinese Learning. Last time I introduced you Chinese tea set and Gongfu Tea. Did you like it? Chinese tea is not just a drink in China. It's a philosophy, a culture, and a connection to nature. But not all teas are the same. In fact, traditional Chinese tea is divided into 6 major categories. And today I'm going to guide you through each of them. What makes them unique, how they are processed, and how they taste. In this video, I'm going to talk about tea plant, the 6 categories, why there are 6 categories, and who are the 6 tea types. And also the language part, the pronunciation, the character, and the meaning of tea and different teas. Tea producing process will also be introduced, and I will go through the details about each tea type. In the end, I will briefly talk about which tea is right for you. For more details about Chinese learning, please visit my .com. All tea comes from one plant, Camellia sinensis. The difference in types, like white, green, and black, is due to how the leaves are processed after harvest, the specific cultivar used, and the local environment of the plant also influence the final product. But first, why 6? From the moment the tea leaves are collected from the plant, an oxidation process begins naturally in the leaves by contact with the air. This process alters the components and properties of the tea and can be stopped by application of heat. In this way, the different types of tea are the result of a longer or shorter oxidation time. Bearing this in mind, it is not so surprising to have 6 major categories, which is basically based on how the tea is processed, especially how much the leaves are oxidized or fermented. First of all, green tea. Fresh, grassy, and unoxidized. It's tea in its purest form. White tea. Lightly processed, gentle, and subtly sweet. Yellow tea. Rare and mellow with a unique sealing process. Oolong tea. The middle path. Semi-oxidized, complex, floral, or toasty. Black tea. Fully oxidized, rich and comforting, known as red tea in Chinese. And the last, dark tea. Fermented and aged. This includes the famous Pu-erh. Alright, let's now go to the language part. Let's look at the pronunciation, character, and meaning and writing. So, tea in Chinese is 茶, 茶, and it writes in the way I put it here. If you remember, there are 5 tones in Chinese pinyin pronunciation. 茶 here is with the tone 2. 茶, 茶, from pitch mid-low to high. If you now understand the tea is 茶, then you can make a combination of different tea by adding the color before tea. For example, green tea is 绿茶, white tea is 白茶, yellow tea 黄茶, oolong tea is 乌龙茶, black tea is 红茶, dark tea is 黑茶. Pay attention here. Oolong is not a color. Oolong means black dragon. So this is an exception. And also another exception is, which is a little bit confusing, 红 红茶 is actually black tea. So 红 is red, but 红茶 in English is black tea. Black tea in Chinese is 红茶, actually is red tea in literature meaning. If you ever wondered why Chinese tea comes in so many colors, flavors, and names, this slide is something interesting to you, although it is a bit long. So in short, the answer is this mainly due to the production process. First production process, step 1, harvest. The collection of the leaves is traditionally done by hand. In the plantations, tea plants are kept as shrubs at an adequate height to facilitate harvesting. There are different harvesting protocols, which dictate how much of the tea is to be picked. Sometimes it will be only the bud, sometimes it will be the first leaf, or sometimes both. This will directly influence the quality of the tea, since the bud and the first leaves have different amounts of nutrition that affect the taste. So this is the first step, 采青 harvest. Then withering. From the moment the leaves are separated from the plant during harvest, they begin to wither. The leaves are spread on a flat surface so that they are exposed to the air and soften as they wither, becoming more flexible. This allows the subsequent rolling into different shapes without the leaves breaking. Withering takes between 12 to 18 hours approximately, in which the leaves have to be turned several times to allow homogeneous exposure to air. Step 3. Enzymatic deactivation. 杀青. Enzymatic deactivation consists of the application of heat to stop the oxidation process, deactivating the enzymes that produce it. This step can be done with dry heat, in wok or in pan, or by steam. Almost all teas in China use dry heat, while the application of steam to stop oxidation is more characteristic of Japanese tea. The method used will modify the taste of tea since the temperature reached on wok are much higher than those reached by steam, destroying certain bitter components of the leaf and resulting in a sweeter product. Rolling or kneading, 揉捻. The leaves, already soft, are subjected to a manipulation that breaks the cell wall and exposes its components to the air, extracting their juices. Rolling gives the leaf its characteristic appearance, which can take the form of a pearl, needle, pearl, and makes it impregnated with its own essential oils, providing complexity of aroma. Next step, oxidation or fermentation, 发酵. If oxidation has not been stopped by enzymatic deactivation, it will begin when the enzymes and essential oils of the leaf are exposed to oxygen. Oxidation triggers change of the chemical composition and color of the leaves, turning them brown and reddish. Parallel to the oxidation process, a simple or non-bacterial fermentation takes place. Both processes, oxidation and fermentation, are inseparable. While oxidation modifies the color of the leaf, fermentation alters its flavor and aroma. Drying, 干燥. It is usually the last step in the production process. The leaves can be roasted and heated quickly to remove the remaining moisture. Firmly adhere the cellular fluids to the leaves and allow a good conservation of them. There's an extra step, post-fermentation or bacterial fermentation. This only occurs in the variety known as S.H.A dark tea, or in some types of Bai-cha white tea. Tea is stored under controlled conditions of humidity and temperature, which produce bacterial fermentation through certain microorganisms that naturally inhabit the leaf, such as bacteria and yeast. These microorganisms are beneficial to health, modify the taste and aroma of tea over time, and provide digestive and probiotic properties. This process is also known as aging. Let's start with the most well-known green tea. This tea is all about preserving freshness. It's a freshness in a cup. The leaves are picked and quickly heated to stop oxidation, meaning they keep their green color and grassy aroma. The popular types in China of green tea are Longjing, also known as Dragon Well, and Biluochun and Huangshan Maofeng. They taste like light grassy fresh, sometimes slightly sweet or nutty. They are best be brewed at 80 degrees, not too high, to avoid the bitterness. As I introduced earlier, there's no fermentation for green tea. White tea is gentle, but don't let that fool you. Aged white tea also develops surprising depth and character over time. The tea is least processed of all teas, next to green tea. The leaves are just picked, lightly withered, and sun-dried. That's it. So, white tea shows the simplicity and purity. The popular types of white tea in China is Bai Hao Yin Zhen, also known as silver needle, and Bai Mu Dan, also known as white peony. They taste as subtle floral, sometimes honey-like. They are best brewed at 85 degrees, and the degree of fermentation is about between 10% and 20%. Yellow tea is rare. It goes through a special process called menhuang, where the tea is lightly steamed and wrapped, allowing a slow oxidation that removes the grassiness of green tea and brings out a mellow, sweet flavor. Yellow tea is the lost art. The popular types of yellow tea in China is Junshan Yingzhen and Mengding Huangya. The taste is as smooth, sweet, less astringent than green tea. They are best brewed at 80 to 85 degrees. The degree of fermentation is between 20% and 30%. Oh, Oolong, the middle way of tea. It's semi-oxidized, which means it balances the freshness of green tea with the richness of black tea. The range is huge, from light and floral to dark and roasted. Oolong is complex, layered, and ideal for Gongfu Tea ceremonies. It's like a good book. You discover something new with every steep. Oolong Cha is the balance of yin and yang. The popular types of oolong tea in China is Tie Guanyin, also known as Iron Goddess, and Da Hong Pao, known as Big Red Robe, and also Oriental Beauty. The taste as floral fruity and toasty, depending on the roast and the region. They are best brewed at 90 to 100 degrees, and the degree of fermentation is between 30% and 60%. In Chinese, black tea is actually called Hong Cha, meaning red tea literally, because of the color of the brew. It's fully oxidized, giving it a bold flavor and rich aroma. This is a type of tea that traveled the Silk Road, won hearts in Europe, and became the base for English breakfast blends. Red tea of the East is the symbol of black tea. The popular types of black tea in China is Biang, Qimen Hongcha, Jinjun Mei. They taste as malty, sweet, sometimes smoky or chocolatey. They are best brewed at 90 to 100 degrees, and the degree of fermentation is between 70% and 90%. And finally, we arrive at dark tea. Dark tea, time-infused earthiness. They are not just oxidized, but also fermented and aged. The most famous example, that must be Pu-erh from Yunnan. There are raw Pu-erh and ripe Pu-erh. The most popular types, they are the most popular types. That's Pu-erh. They taste as earthy, woody, smooth. Aged Pu-erh can taste like forest after rain. They are best brewed at 100 degrees, ideal for multiple steeps. Degree of fermentation, 100%. The main differences between raw and ripe Pu-erh tea lies in their processing methods. Ripe Pu-erh, known as S.H.A Pu-erh in Chinese, undergoes a faster accelerated fermentation process called wet piling to achieve a similar, so more immediate, earthy, and mellow flavor, while raw Pu-erh, known as Sheng Pu-erh in Chinese, is aged naturally over time, allowing for a gradual fermentation and flavor development. Each tea has its own character. Just like people, different teas suit different bodies and seasons. So, the last part, which tea is right for you? Green tea, 绿茶. Best for people with heat in the body, so those easily feel hot and irritable, with oily skin, or those who live in warm climates. They are great for clearing heat and detoxifying. White tea, 白茶. Best for sensitive bodies, elderly, and those with mild inflammation. They are gentle and cooling. White tea is good for immunity and skin. Also, it's a good choice for beginners due to its smooth taste. Yellow tea, 黄茶. Best for those who want the benefits of green tea without the bitterness. Suitable for people with mild digestive issues or sensitive stomachs. Oolong tea, 乌龙茶. It's the most balanced type. They are great for digestion, metabolism, and even weight control. Oolong tea is ideal for office workers, tea lovers who enjoy complexity, and those easing going into Gongfu tea. Black tea, best for cold bodies. Best for people who often feel tired or weak or live in colder climates. Black tea is great for warming the body and aiding digestion. Pairs well with milk and sweets. Dark tea, 黑茶, so suitable for those with digestive issues. They are good for weight loss and long-term health. Best suited for experienced tea drinkers. In this video, we explore the 6 major categories of Chinese tea. Did you get it? I hope this video helps you to understand Chinese tea more deeply and helps you to choose the right type tea for your needs. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more tea culture and Chinese wisdom. Next video, I'm going to talk about the development of Chinese tea culture and why tea house is so popular in China. See you next time. Bye.